disgusting.
You damn bunch of niggas. Damn clowns. Fraudsters. You cannot even see. You cannot even see.
Imperialism in India. Look at the man. Very bad. Come on. Look at that. What an answer. Very bad.
My friend. What English is one of the fifth language the motherfucker speaks. What do you speak about from English and rubbish? What the fuck?
Ask him the question again. Imperialism in India.
Look around you and look at people of color here. Look at them. Look at them. And you wonder why terrorism comes here.
Really?
A car bomb goes up in Iraq every day, and you wonder why bombs go here.
Justify it. Come on. Justify it, Ishmael. Come on. I knew you would get there. I knew you would get there. Justify it, Ishmael.
I don't justify anything. I understand terror.
You understand terror?
I understand destruction.
Foreign policy means we must have bombs.
Let's look at white people. Let's look at the Westerners. Let's look at us here. We who live in this country. Today is a pleasant day. We're in the park. We don't fucking worry about terrorism.
Oh yes,
you never came out.
Oh yes, we do.
You didn't leave your home.
Oh yes, we do, my friend.
You never left your home today thinking, oh, when I go to the park, someone might plant a bomb. You never traveled by tube or bus thinking, I'm going to be blown up.
Of course we do it.
Because
every day.
Safe in your home.
Every day.
The only fear you fear is fear its fucking self from what the media tells you to be.
Oh yeah,
Islamic terror. Muslim terror. So you travel
on the bus. Are they lying, Ishmael?
You travel on the bus.
Are they lying?
You travel on the bus and you look at a Muslim or a woman wearing their job and you think, oh,
yes, he might be or she might be a terrorist.
But in Iraq, where people are dying every day, where just to walk to the corner shop or step outside your home might bring death. That is
Muslims
real terror.
Killing Muslims.
Who brought that terror?
Muslims killing Muslims. Muslims killing Muslims.
Saddam did not bring that terror to Iraq.
Yeah, blame
the US brought that terror to Iraq.
Muslims killing Muslims
to Iraq. The UN brought that terror to Iraq.
The UN. Oh yeah. Forget the bombing of Sergio, my friend. What were they doing there?
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Did you look around you? In Jamaica, where I'm from. In Jamaica. In Jamaica.
Did the Iranians...
In Jamaica. Hold on, sir.
No, I can't hold on any
Jamaica
longer.
became a violent island. We know Jamaica. You know Jamaica's crap dealing and drugs. And
it is.
How did Jamaica become violent, sir?
Because of themselves.
Because of themselves. So let me explain. Let me explain. I'm going to get you. In Jamaica, we had two prime ministers. Jamaica was a peaceful island.
Rubbish.
We had two prime ministers, Michael Manley and Edward Seaga. Michael Manley was a socialist. He began forming relationships with Fidel Castro and other socialists. Fidel Castro said, I'm going to help you in Jamaica. Let me build schools and hospitals. Fidel Castro built schools and hospitals in Jamaica. Tell me the name of one fucking school in Jamaica built by American fucking money. The schools were built. The schools were built by Fidel Castro in Jamaica, trying to raise the ante of education. Because Michael Manley formed a relationship with Fidel Castro, the American government said, look at Jamaica, it is going communist. So what did America do? America began financing and funding and arming the JLP, Jamaican Labour Party. The Jamaican Labour Party formed militias. Let me explain to you something. Hold on. The Jamaican Labour Party began forming militias trained by the CIA. When you think about Jamaican Yardies in America, Canada, Britain, or anywhere else, let me explain how they came about to you. These men, many of them were killers in Jamaica. Many of them were political assassins in Jamaica. When one party won the elections or lost, they sent their gunmen away. These were just ordinary local community gunmen. They sent their gunmen away to protect them because they recognized that the incumbent military or police will be hunting for them. So the people who arrived in Britain, the people who arrived in Canada and the US, they weren't just ordinary Jamaicans, these were seasoned killers. When they arrived in the US and these countries, they had no education, so they can't go and get jobs, so they penetrated the underground. They took over the underground, they took over the drug trade, they took over the illegal black market. That's how you had the dissemination of Yardies, or the so-called fear of Yardies.
It's history.
Hold on, sir. Let me ask you, sir. I've just laid down for you the history of how it happened. Because Jamaica was moving close to Cuba, the CIA sent guns to the opposition, and this man says, I can't blame the CIA.
Then who do we blame? So hang on, let's get it clear.
And this motherfucker just blame
let's get it clear,
Come on, let me
hang on, let's get it clear.
Bastard.
No, come on, no violence, no violence. Come on.
What are you saying? Don't blame themselves, what are you saying? These belong to the past.
To me.
Hey, Cold War, the man's right.
Are you saying that the violence that the Iraqis live today, the violence the Iraqis live today will have repercussions for generations to come? And then when these motherfuckers are killing each other, this clown is going to say, move on. It has no history with the US. It starts in here. My friend, let me tell you something. I grew up on the fucking streets. Let me tell you something. It is my fault.
What do you want?
Let me tell you. I don't give a fuck about your counseling. I don't give a fuck about your
move on there.
My friend, I'm saying to you, I'm giving you some psychology about it. I grew up around violence. Look at you now. Hold on, my friend. What about me now? I'm standing up here with this fuck you. My friend, when you recognize violence from a very early age, when you see it, it can switch you. You understand me? Sometimes it's very difficult to break away from it. That's why a lot of youths in Jamaica, and I know many people have been murdered. In fact, my godfather was murdered in Jamaica last week. They shot him in the back of his head last week. A guy called Goldfinger from Montego Bay, for those of you who know him. Now listen, my friend. My girlfriend was killed, shot in the face. When I was 8 years old, my father stabbed my mother in the face with a screwdriver, went out the back of her throat. I've grown up around violence. I know what fucking violence is. I've seen death in many forms. You know I was in Sierra Leone. I've seen it in many, many fucking shapes and forms.
Get to the point, Ishmael.
The point I'm saying to you, sir, is, these young people in Iraq today, when they see violence, violence becomes a language of communication. It means that if I want something from you, and I don't get my way, one of the modes of communication is violence. These people are being taught this. Look at the US. The US is a very violent society, but it's not sold like that through Hollywood. We recognize that 3,000 American soldiers have been killed in Iraq since 2003. Yet, over 30,000 Americans die by gunshots in America every year. It means it's 10 times more dangerous to walk down the street of a fucking America than walk down the streets of Baghdad.
Because 19,000 out of those 30,000 are suicides. People
19,000 are suicides. Well, I don't know.
That's right.
But let's say 19,000 are. Let's say 19,000 are. You're right. It's not 10 times. It's 3 times more dangerous than walking. I mean, America's a violent society.
Come on, Ishmael.
3 or 4 weeks ago, we had a North Korean student kill 32 students. The Italian newspaper, one Italian newspaper said, the murders in America was as American as apple pie. Look at American culture. You can't go to Hollywood, you cannot go to the theaters or the cinema and not watch a movie with violence or guns. These Americans are nutcases. Where are you Americans, you fucking nutters? Where are you Americans, you bunch of nutters? Where are you?
Talking about
Be careful, watch these Americans. They're dangerous motherfuckers. They don't know how to socialize. They're fucking sociopaths.
Talking about culture, what's the main difference between American culture and Iranian culture? And did the Iranians torture the sailors?
Did the Iranians torture the sailors?
Did they look like
it? Of course they did. We saw the images. We saw the British sailors playing PlayStation 3. Under duress.
Did these guys get tortured in the paper?
When they're free, they can't play them games. So it's psychological. I mean, look at those students, Ishmael. Come on. I mean, why do you know that? I mean, it was killed. They brought the fucking Oswald Goldstein students. The Savile roasters.
But did these guys that have been putting down there, were they tortured by the British? In your paper?
My friend, the reality is, when you look at any extremist movement, Ahmadinejad is an extremist. He really is no different. If him and George Bush sat down to a cup of tea, they would get on quite well. Because they are extremists.
The same people, aren't they?
They are actually the same stuff. They are cut from the same fucking wood. Yeah. What is it Ahmadinejad is everyone? Law and order. discipline.
Morality.